Jay-Z is slowly but surely becoming one of the most important individuals in our current civil rights movement, and he's doing 99% of it behind the scenes. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for morning coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? So apparently, Jay-Z has decided that he's gonna use his philanthropic resources and mental acumen and just his pure want to help those who cannot at that time help themselves. And once again, he lent out his legal team. For everybody that don't know, Jay-Z had lent out his legal team to help out other people. I'm not sure if he helped out Meek Mills. I wouldn't be surprised though. But as we all know, he did help out 21 Savage by lending him his legal team. And at the same time, for everybody who didn't know, he also helped out a young 11-year-old named Jabari Talbert. Jabari Talbert is a 6th grader who had refused to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And for whatever the reason was, the school and the county or wherever the heck he's from, I mean, he goes to Lawton Childs Middle Academy in Lakeland, Florida. They decided to send him to jail for this. Like, they decided, like, think about this for a second before we even go any further into the story. They decided that an 11-year-old should do time because he didn't want to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I mean, what? This is what this world is coming to? This is the, man, what? Oh, man, I don't even know where further to go. Look, sometimes things happen, right? And I'm like, well, it just probably happened because there's a whole bunch of idiots involved in the situation. But something like this, I don't even know. Well, his name is Jabari Talbert, or Talbot, Talbot. So I guess we could, his first name is Jabari. There's a good chance we know what race he is. So I'm saying that to say, it's just hard for me to look at some of these situations and not think racism. It's just difficult for me to look at some of these situations and not think racism. And I do not like to call racism on everything, because some things aren't racism. Some things are just ignorance. Some things are just, I don't know, stubbornness. Sometimes people could just be stubborn, and that might create a situation or whatever the case might be. Anyway, so it says the incident took place February 4th. It was at, like I said, Lawton Childs Middle Academy in Lakeland, Florida, where the student got into a heated exchange with a substitute teacher. Now, okay, so 9 times out of 10, it was a substitute teacher, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if this particular student just really never stood for the Pledge of Allegiance. I mean, I don't know. I'm not there. But maybe he had a ongoing agreement with the normal teacher, and so this substitute came in and tried to, overreacted. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, according to Bay News 9, Jabari explained he would not participate in the Pledge of Allegiance because the flag was racist and the national anthem was offensive to black people. This kid is woke as shit. The teacher, Anna Alvarez, then asked the student why he didn't simply leave the country if he hated it so much. Now, before we go even further, this is a teacher. A teacher. And somebody is supposed to educate the children, speaking to a child. And when a child comes at her with something as logical, I'm not saying that you have to agree with it, but I'm saying when a child comes at her with something as logical as, I believe that the flag was racist and the national anthem, in my opinion, is offensive to black people. When a child comes at you with that and your response, then why don't you leave the country, to an 11-year-old? This is the reason why I think that they really need to. They need to be better criteria to become a teacher. People wonder why other countries that have equal economic status in the world have better schooling. This is like I can't. There's probably better examples, but off the top of my head, I can't think of one. This is in, what's this lady name? Anna Alvarez. She is the exact antithesis of someone who should be trying to groom and shape the minds of the youth. That's just my opinion. I mean, that's your response? Then Jabari responded back and said, they brought me here. Y'all know this kid is woke as shit, yo. And then she says, well, you could always go back because I came here from Cuba. This is a grown adult arguing with a child. And instead of when the child says the flag is racist and the national anthem is offensive to black people, instead of her doing what I would have done and said, wow, you know what? I can't even argue with you, and turned around and then paid attention to things that were way more important than a child standing for the damn national anthem, what she decided to do was get into a back and forth with him over it. You can't script this shit, folks. This is crazy. Then she said, she fired back, well, you could always go back because I came here from Cuba. And the day I feel I'm not welcome here anymore, I will find another place to live. You have to understand, she's talking to an 11-year-old. This guy probably can't go to the store by himself. And I'm saying that because in Florida, it's not like in a big city. I don't know where they live, but the store might be far and he might need to be driven to the store. It might not be walking distance. So this kid might not be able to go to the store by himself. And she's busy telling him to leave the country. What? Oh, man. Does she still have a job? I'm curious if she still has a job. Anyway, Alvarez said she then contacted the school's main office because she did not want to continue dealing with him. So you have a student. Just let's break this down real quick so we can understand and really pay attention to who was at fault here. You have a student who doesn't want to stand for the national anthem. And your response is to call the main office because you don't want to deal with him. Students do way worse than decide to not stand for the national anthem. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do when there's an actual fight in the classroom? That happens. What are you going to do when students start arguing with each other? That happens. What are you going to do if one student pulls a weapon on another student? That happens. You're literally calling the office for a student that just refuses and has a pretty logical reason why they don't want to stand. It's not like they're like, my feet hurt, I don't feel like standing, you biatch. He's like, yo, I don't like what that represents. I don't want to represent it. I mean, this is crazy. Anyway, Jabari was arrested shortly after by a school resource officer who claimed the student was being disruptive and refused to obey commands. Obey commands, not follow directives. Obey commands. As an arrest affidavit states, Jabari also threatened the substitute teacher with physical violence. We don't know that to be true, and told the principal and the arresting officer he would get them fired. It sounds logical that if you work in a school, you should know how to deal with children. That sounds logical, that if you work at a school and you do not know how to deal with children, that you should not work there. This kid he's rolling I don't know what's the good thing to roll in craps, but he's, wait, do I? Okay, yeah. He's rolling freaking 1, 2, 3 every time. Wait, is that good or bad? That's bad. He's rolling 666. What's going on over here? He's rolling 666s with every response. Hold on. I know this is just gonna make the video a little bit too long, but let's just pay attention to how woke this kid is for a minute. First, he doesn't want to stand. The teacher tells him to stand. He says, nah, I don't want to stand. She asks him why. I'm rolling over here because this kid is woke as hell. He says, the flag is racist and the national anthem is offensive to black people. which can be argued. That's literally can be argued. So then the teacher gives, I don't know what the teacher tries to, I don't know, bait him. And then he says, well, they brought me here. Like, so then the teacher, I'm going to tell you what happened. The teacher was talking to him and trying to, like, sun him or trying to, like, you know, and then he started embarrassing her with his responses because his responses was on point. So he started embarrassing her and she called the office. That's what happened. She shouldn't be a teacher. If she can't deal with smart kids, come on, man. He was just being smarter than her at that moment because she was trying to enforce her will rather than deal with him I mean, he had a good reason not to want to stand. I mean, I don't know what I would have did. I wouldn't have called the damn office. I would have let the nigga sit. Keep it a stat. So he was arrested shortly after the resource officer. Hold on. Then he had another smart reply. Oh, then he told him he's going to get them fired. And he's right. If you work in a school and you don't know how to deal with children, you should probably be fired. The child's arrest evidently caught the attention of Team Roc. Now, check this out. I'm going to tell you what the real shame is. The real shame is, shout out to Jay-Z, shout out to Roc Nation, shout out to every single person over there, shout out to whatever law firm that was, shout out to everyone over there, shout out Jay-Z one more time. I'm going to tell you what's the shame. The shame is how many times something like this doesn't get the attention so people could come help. That's the shame. That's a shame. The child's arrest evidently caught the attention of Team Roc, a Roc Nation division dedicated to assisting victims of racial injustice. Told you I thought this was racist. The team has been involved in a number of high-profile cases, including a hoodie arrest in Tennessee, as well as 21 Savage legal battle against immigration and customs enforcement. Team Roc tapped famed attorney Alex Spiro to handle Jabari's case pro bono. Wow. Jabari is a contagious and intelligent young man, that is so obvious, who deserves all the credit for standing up for his beliefs. Absolutely, Spiro said in a statement. He should have never been arrested, that was crazy, or entangled in this situation, which was baffling to me, to be honest. His freedom of speech rights were clearly protected under the First Amendment. Thank you very much. And I told you what the problem was. The problem was he spoke to her. She was embarrassed because she couldn't handle him in some verbal confrontation. She couldn't handle him, so she called the office. She was like, "I'm not gonna let this 11-year-old black kid embarrass me. Screw that." A number of Roc Nation's athletes have also expressed their support for Jabari and his family. Miami Heat's Justice Winslow. His name is actually Justice for everybody that don't know. First name's Justice, last name Winslow. Miami Heat's Justice Winslow called the ordeal an injustice. He trying to make puns. This is my first time reading this, y'all. Is he trying to make puns? Oh, man, yo. Watch Jacksonville Jaguar, Leonard Fournette, praised the child for his strength. When I heard about Jabari's arrest, I immediately... Who wrote this damn column first? Let me give a shout out to these guys. Shout out to Complex. Oh, man, this is a good article. When I first heard about Jabari's arrest, I immediately had my team reach out so I could offer my support for this unjust moment. Fournette said, Jabari is a bright young student, and everybody could tell he's bright, and I applaud him for his strength he has shown during this difficult situation. I know he's a huge football fan, and I'm looking forward to having him come to the Jaguars game this season. Well, shout out to that teacher getting him some Jaguar tickets. But check this out. I could just imagine this little dude sitting there with this lady standing over him, angry, irate, damn near about the freaking fucking veins going all through her forehead. And he's just sitting there so calm. And he's like, I don't understand. The flag is racist. And the national anthem is, glorifying, slavery or whatever the hell. So, and then she is so pissed. And he's just giving her the most calmest replies. I could just see that. He don't got a tie on. But I'm picturing him there, sitting there with a tie. Maybe got like, not a cigar, but coffee. Just being so cool. He has a coffee like in a martini glass. He's just being so cool about it with an olive in the coffee. Fuck it. And this teacher's just so angry. Oh, man. The waiver of support clearly had an impact as Jabari's case has been dismissed. Of course. What in the hell else was supposed to happen? The 6th grader's mother, Dakara Talbert, look at her name. I think it's Dakara, Dhakira Talbert, thanked Roc Nation family for all their efforts and commitment to justice. My son and I are grateful for all the athletes, entertainers, Roc Nation, and community of supporters that have raised awareness about this injustice and showed their support, both publicly and privately, she said. Although Jabari's case has been dismissed, I do want people to know this isn't about my son. This injustice happens to African American kids across the country. And that's my point. That's the shame. That this type of stuff is happening all over the place. And, you know, I'm happy that this kid got the attention that it needed in order for this kid to get some help. Because this is, as they would say across the pond, bollocks. Is it bullocks or bollocks? Oh man, I don't know. Anyway, the one that is not Sandra's name. That's what it is. This is crazy. This injustice happens to African American kids all across the country. The fight isn't over, which is why I have civil rights complaint pending with the U.S. Department of Education. At the end of the day, I want to ensure that no child ever has to experience this injustice again, and we will appreciate everyone's continued support. Now, that's the end of the article. Go to Complex, check it out. The name of the article is Students' Pledge of Allegiance Case Dismissed with Help from Roc Nation. Now, this is what I want to say real quick, and then I'm going to let y'all go. This is what you do when there is an injustice, when you have been treated unfairly, when you want to help others. The pain that you have actually experienced is more evident than when you just sit around complaining about something or complaining about a person or complaining about a situation. When you try to help people not experience what you've experienced, or when you try to help people that have experienced what you experienced get through that experience, that's genuine. When you just want to yell and scream at people that made you go through the alleged experience, it just come off as fake and contrived. So everybody do what y'all want to do. But if you're not gonna put your time, your energy, your money, and some effort behind that thing that you're claiming you don't like, then all of that is fake. So shout out to Jay-Z. Shout out to Roc Nation. Shout out to Spyro. I have no idea if I'm saying his name right. Shout out to Alex S. Because we need, and when I say we, I don't just mean people who are actively going through the BS, but we need, even the people who have not went through such BS yet, we need people on the front lines. These people on the front lines. You can't not appreciate that. Like, comment, subscribe. Join in the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.